In this video, we are introducing Symflower's new code vision for duplicating tests. We will be showcasing this brand new feature here in IntelliJ, but it is also available in our Visual Studio Code plugin. When working in a test-driven development setting, you often need to create similar tests with only a few small differences. We will show you how you can use Symflower to rewrite such tests in an amazingly fast and effective way. If you are not yet using Symflower for test-driven development, check out our previous video where we show you how you can use generated tests to skyrocket your TDD experience. To get started, we will check in the Symflower plugin settings that the duplicate test vision is enabled. If this option is not visible for you, please update your Symflower plugin to the newest version. For this video, we are using a well-known Spring Boot example project, the Pet Clinic. We are looking here at the pet controller class, more precisely at the process update form. This request handler is basically processing an update form that we can use to change the attributes of a pet. There are several validation logics in place here to make sure no invalid pet can ever make it into the database. We can see the pet validator here that checks, for example, that the type can never be null. Or in the pet itself, there are some validators for the attributes directly. For example, that the birth date has to conform to this pattern. There are also already some tests for these cases. The update form success takes a valid hamster named Betty with this birth date and makes sure that this goes through. And the update form has errors, takes a pet named Betty without a type and with a birth date that does not conform to the pattern we want. Now we want to add one more validation to this. A pet without a name should not be allowed. We can use Symflower's duplicate test feature to basically start off a test we already have. So let's take this update form has errors and duplicate it with a single click. We can see that Symflower wants us to give it a new name. So let's call it without name. And let's remove the name Betty here and change the birth date to the pattern we want. And finally add back the hamster type. So this case now in a test-driven development fashion represents what we want. The name is missing, everything else is fine, but we still expect an attribute error with the pet. So let's run this test case now. We can see that it's failing because there is no validation yet for this case, and our request handler is fine with a pet without a name. Let's update the pet validator. And run our new test again to see if we fixed it. Great, looks like our new validation logic is indeed working. Thanks for watching.